All right, take two because we're both somehow boomers. Okay, so this is our second time trying to do the stream. I think everything will be fine now. But me and Drew here, we don't really prepare our streams at all. We kind of, well, we have like a couple topics we might write down, and then we just riff. We're riffing, and so we wrote down a few. Like just a couple things, like maybe we'll talk about this, about that, because each week on the show, what we try to do is, well, we try to do two things. We talk about whatever movies we bought, and we talk about whatever news is going on in physical media. There's always something going on somehow in physical media, and so in my notes app, I just jotted down like a few topics, like maybe we'll discuss this or that, but they're all like they were all like two or three words. Some of them were just one word, and we were both looking at this like, wait, what did we plan to talk about? So we'll try and talk about stuff, but how are things going, Drew?
Do you remember what I said at the end of our stream last week? I said to you, yeah, we'll see what kind of shenanigans happen in physical media by this time next week.
Oh yeah, and somehow more shenanigans always happen. And
No, honestly, man, when I said that, I didn't think anything monumental would happen at all, but like one of the most monumental things of all time happened.
that is so funny. Oh my god! But yeah, so what happened? I'm sure everybody knows this. Is Sony said starting in 2028, they're no longer going to be doing physical games. It's all going to be digital downloads, and they'll also be doing just cases that you could buy that have the paper inside of it with the code.
Yeah, quite a wild thing. You know, I mean, one of the first reactions I had to this, because me and Nasser, neither of us are gamers. We couldn't care less about games. Like I don't care about games at all. But as physical media lovers, we're adjacent to this in some way, and Sony obviously owns Blu-ray, so this could have a trickle down effect over time, which concerns us. But the thing that I was thinking about last night because I've watched a lot of videos on this over the last week or so, and the thing I was thinking about, which I was telling you about, bro, was that I just feel like this isn't really going to have much of an impact, like because a lot of people are making videos, a lot of people are ranting and raving on Twitter and stuff, but I feel like most of those people are just people from my generation, maybe a little bit younger, and people younger than that just don't give a fuck about this. I think that they're very used to having things digitally and not owning anything and having something to show for their purchase. So I just don't think it matters to them. Like, I've always told you, bro, how I've never been into streaming. I've never been into like Netflix or anything like that. It just, to me, it's always been kind of silly because I'm just like, well, why wouldn't I want to own something that I like? I've moved on from watching cable television when I was like 7 years old, bro. Like, I'm not saying I never watched TV, but I didn't think to myself, oh boy, I hope that one of these days AMC plays Halloween. Like, I just bought Halloween, like we've moved on from like that. That's like the mentality I would expect someone to have in like the 1970s when you couldn't own movies and you're just like, I hope there's a revival showing of this movie I love. Like that we're way past that. So the fact that people have regressed and they're just like, I can't wait to see what Netflix drops this month, so I can make it my new personality for the month. Like, I just don't understand like how people have graduated to that. Like, again, there's going to be people who grew up with that and they're just used to that and they're just like, hopefully one day the Evil Dead comes on Hulu and I can watch it. Like, there are people like that. They're just used to that. But I don't understand how people who didn't grow up like that just submit to that. I find that very strange. But that's not the point. The point is, I think that most people are not going to care about this because they're just used to playing games digitally. And one of my first thoughts I had of with all this was like, aren't these games already just digital codes on a disc anyways? Because you buy these games and the game itself, at least a majority of it, to my understanding, and I say this to my understanding, I've owned a few PS4 games in the last 5 years or so. Like, the whole game isn't on the disc to begin with. You have to like
You have to
download
go
and get all
online.
these. Yeah, you have to be connected to the internet to play them, and if the server shut down, then you can't play the game anymore. Essentially, like it's not like this is a new thing. And I just feel like people are more angry about just the idea of it. Like it's more like this whole thing is kind of just like kind of making people realize like wow, like I really they really don't want me to own anything. And it's just like, well, this has kind of been a gradual thing they've been doing to you anyways,
Yeah, the
you
thing
know?
is, people are always like 10 years too late on this stuff. It's like 10 years ago at minimum was like the time to complain.
Yeah, no, no, Anasa, that's a really great point. I want to tell you about it because so I watched this really. I watched probably the best video on this last night from one of these channels I watched. I forget the gentleman's name. I'm sorry, but he was basically talking about what you just said in a nutshell. Like this has been a thing that has been starting since like 10 years ago, and you guys didn't react to it then when you should have. And it's just it's so true. Like, and I'm sure you know in many facets, bro, with different things that have to do with you know corporations and you know yada yada yada. Not to get into all that stuff, but like you know the whole like conditioning of things that these companies and other entities beyond that try to do. It's always a gradual thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's all a big psyop.
Yeah, whatever that word means, I don't even know. But yeah, dude, like
Gayop, but like
it was a joke. It's a joke. It's just a joke.
oh.
But anyways, like yeah. So this has just been a real gradual thing for a long time, and you know, I like seeing people have passion and be like, "Fuck this," you know, physical media forever. But it's just like, you know,
you,
I
you
don't know
know
how much of them care about preservation, though. That's
well,
a little bit
here's
different.
what sums it up is in Seinfeld the Frogger episode when they walk in and into the pizza place and they're like, we used to come here all the time, we love this place, we'll each have a slice of pepperoni pizza, and then he's like, that'll save us.
Yeah.
It's like the same energy.
Like basically, bro, when I see all these people who are just like, well, that's it. I'm not ever buying another PlayStation game, and I'm not buying a PS6. All I can think is like, brother, like that's not gonna do anything to them. Like everybody else is still gonna buy a PS6. Like one of the thoughts I had, bro, is like imagine all the streamers, all the e-thoughts. You think they're gonna give up on this? Like they're gonna give up on their meal ticket because it's gonna? They're already
No,
playing digital only games. They don't care.
I know there's so many people that make like $1 million just like playing these video games on Twitch. There's no way it's
Yeah, dude, like it they're not gonna suffer. Like it's just not gonna happen.
and even if it flopped, like Sony has so much more that they do besides just video games. Like they're not just like people. The way people talk about it is like Sony. They're just that company that makes video game discs. Like no, they do like 50 million things. It's hard to find something they don't do. Like if it flopped, they would just shrug and say, "Oh well, on to the next thing." Like they're just kind of one of those too big to fail kind of corporations.
I can't say for sure what Sony's most lucrative, you know, thing in their businesses are. I would imagine video games are pretty high up there, but you know, I just I cannot see this really mattering in the grand scheme of things for them. I just can't. You know, I think there's too many people at this point who are used to this and like honestly, bro, like because some people I know that they would like them to like you know renege on all this and be like, all right, we'll put out physical discs, but like what is that going to mean? Okay, we'll go ahead and make a disc that is what we've been doing anyways, where it's essentially just a download key. Like, is that what that's not the move? That's not the resolve. That's just that's nothing. Like the real resolve would be let's put the entire game on the disc and not need any updates or patches. Like the whole game is just on there. That's just not the way games are made anymore. That's not the way video games are anymore. So it isn't even practical, as far as I understand, for that to even be a thing at this point. So, you know, as much as it is sad that they're just kind of going that route, it's like, well, what do you expect? Like what do you need the disc for at this point if it is only serving the purpose of giving you a download code? Oh, okay. Let me say something. I want to say
Yeah,
something to kind of respond to myself there because there is actually more to it than that. It's not that simple. Because one of the problems with this whole thing is I don't want to say the word monopoly is appropriate here. It might be, bro, but them making their content exclusive to digital only and being sold exclusively through their storefront, what that is going to result in is there's going to be no like competition for them. So it's going to give them no incentive to like offer deals or discounts. You're not going to have those Walmart. Oh, like because people have brought up examples of like you can buy this game right now at Walmart for $40, or you could buy it digitally on the PlayStation Store for $80. So that is a problem. Like I don't want to make it sound like I don't care about this, like it doesn't affect things, because it does. I was just kind of going on a point about how the game itself is kind of like it just is stuck in a digital form as it is at this point. But them doing this is very anti-consumer, and it's not good for anything. And the people who don't care, they're going to be affected by it, even though they're digital only gamers. They're going to be affected by it, and it's just going to be like a situation where it's not to the benefit of the consumer at all. It's going to affect everyone, even the digital only gamers, and that's the shitty part about it, man. This isn't a good thing, mind you. I'm not happy about this.
Right. Well, the thing is, so I guess like my interest with it isn't like because like you said, neither of us are really gamers. I probably have bought one game as an adult, and
Wasn't it
I
the
didn't
Call
even
of
play it.
Cthulhu or something, bro?
Yes, and
What'd
I
you
didn't
say?
even play it. I didn't even play it, and I ended up selling it. Yes, it
Uh,
was the Call of Cthulhu. I probably spent $20 on it. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Maybe like I'm not even joking. It could have been like 2019 or 2020 when I probably like 2020 when I bought that thing, and my brother's got an Xbox and a PlayStation, and it was for the PlayStation. He gamed like a little bit, not like a ton. He's not like a neckbeard or anything. He just does every once in a while. But I swear to God, every time I looked at that thing, I was just like, no, not today, not today. And then eventually I just sold it. I
yeah,
sold it
dude.
recently.
Do you remember me telling you about the last video game I bought? Like this isolated incident, I would say, is the reason why I lost interest in games fully. I'll just tell this quick story. I've told it to you before, Nasser, but my buddy Alex, he had asked me to pick up this Predator game for PS4. He said it's a really fun game. You'll have a great time with it. And I was like, all right, cool, man. It was like a $10 game at GameStop, and I bought it. And when I decided to play it with him that day, he was going to show me how to play it. He was having a bad day or something, and he had like no patience to teach me how to play it. And I was getting overwhelmed by all these people shooting me. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't even want to play this at this point. And I'm so turned off from that experience. I'm just because like that's the thing I've always said when I talk to people about games. They try to like, kind of like try to put me onto a game. I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, I like simple games that you could beat in like a few hours. I don't want to play some expansive thing that takes like 300 hours to complete. I'm not interested in that. So you're not going to win me over with this. And I'm not into like those. What do they call those games? Point and shoot, like
I have no clue.
you know what I
I
mean, like
know
the
I know
Call
they're
of Duty
shooting games,
games.
but I don't know the term for it.
Like I'll play Terminator 2 at the arcade. That's about it, man. I'm
Dude.
just not into this
I'll
stuff.
tell you my two video game stories of why I didn't get into video games. So uh when did the Xbox come out? That must have been when like
Sometime in the 2000s,
yeah, like 2004,
one or
5,
two, maybe. Yeah.
one. Okay,
PS2
okay,
is like PS2 is like early 2000s, so it'd have been around that time, I think.
okay. Because okay, so I want to say this. I'm probably taking you back to like 2005. Okay, I'm about 8 years old. That would make my little brother 4 years old. Okay, I had an Xbox. I don't remember all the games I had. I had a Sonic game. I think maybe Ninja Turtles, and then there was also like a skateboard game that I don't know what it was. Maybe it could have come on the on the Xbox. I think maybe. But anyway, so I had these games, right, and I would play them a little bit, and one day my little brother got into my games, and the discs ended up outside on the sidewalk, and
Oh
all
no.
scratched up, and it wouldn't be the first time my little siblings got into my things and broke them, but I just was like so upset. I stopped gaming after that, and then so my I have two older half sisters. One of them's 10 years older than me. The other one's 11 years older than me, and they had a Nintendo 64. So a few years after that, maybe like around like '08, I want to say '07, '08 ish. I was kind of getting into that because I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. I like playing against you guys, like in the kitchen, and getting competitive, like trying to beat your older sisters is pretty fun. And then I have a cousin that took the console, and probably in like '09, I think he took the console, and he lived in another state, and he was visiting, and he was like, oh, do you guys still have the Nintendo 64? I want to play it. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. So I brought it over to his house, and then I let him keep it, and he left, and I didn't know when he was leaving, and then one day he's just like, yeah, I left, and I took the Nintendo 64, and I was like, okay. So he stole that. So those are my two little
That
like
story
gaming
always
stories.
traumatizes me when you retell it to me, man, because you know, as much as I don't care about modern games at all, if like I hypothetically was able to get a 64 again, because they're too expensive now, people ask way too much
I
money for
know
them.
doctors and lawyers pricing.
It's not even doctors and lawyers pricing. It's like slightly too much. It's like, you know how like you might want something and it's $40 and you're like, I just wish this was $30. It's like just a little bit too much. Like I want to say they're like $90, and I'm like, couldn't this be $60? Like that'd be more comfortable with that, with
Oof.
the game too. Like that would be a good deal. But Nintendo 64 is fun to play for sure. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Even if I got one, I'd probably like play it for 2 hours and then it would just sit there. That's what happened in 2020 when I bought a bunch of retro systems. Is I had a great time replaying games for like an hour and then I just stopped playing them. Like I'm just not into it at this point.
Yeah,
Like, but
I'm
what one thing
retro.
I did enjoy playing Tony Hawk and Friday the 13th on PS4. Those are fun. They're very chill to play. Like I could see me enjoying games like that, but I just don't care enough. It's like whenever I talk to you about reading, it's like I enjoy reading. I just don't really care to do it. It's not that it's not good. I don't have anything negative to say about it. It's just not my hobby. So like, even though I know I could probably find a game that I would have fun playing with, it's not going to take over my life. It's never going to supersede me wanting to watch movies or taking a
Yeah,
nap. Those are the
and
things I like doing.
and it's like I got enough stuff to do anyways. So,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, man, like someone had mentioned something. Oh yeah, I watched this video last night, and someone had brought up a point that I haven't seen anyone else talk about in the videos I watched, and this is my concern. This is what my reaction was when this whole thing happened. They were basically saying, "Yeah, I'm just worried that like in 5 years or so that we're not going to have many options for Blu-ray players on the market." And I've been talking about this for a while, bro. I brought it up in my 4K video. I said like, yeah, you look at like LG and Samsung, and there's one other one I think I forget. Like, well, I know Oppo was a big one. They just stopped producing 4K players like 3, 4, 5 years ago, and all we have left, to my awareness, some people can correct me if they know, but I know there's Sony, there's Panasonic, I know there's like a boutique company called Magnetar, I think. I don't know if there's anyone else, but as far as the big players, I think LG still makes some too. Now that they do, I think I might be wrong, but no, LG did stop. That's right. Sorry, but the point is, these players are dwindling. I don't think there's been any new models. Maybe that Panasonic 450 is newer. It's kind of a middle of the road model between their cheapest one and their most expensive one, I think, kind of. But the point is that that's my concern. I'm just like, I don't want them to stop making players because, some people say like, oh, well, I'm just going to buy like three or four and stock them. But as I've, talked to you about, from what I've heard from people is that you can't just have a player just sitting there, not doing anything. It has to be like, because the belts will disintegrate if they're not moving. That's what I've heard, and it's affected me enough that I don't feel comfortable just buying a player to sit it in the closet. But I don't know, man. Like that's my concern. Is I don't want there to be
well,
a point in like 10 years when I'm like, well, I need a new 4K player, and I got to buy it from this one random company in Sweden that sells them for like $1,000. I don't want that to be what happens.
I don't know. I don't know if they will stop making 4K players though. I just feel like there's just too much physical media that people are going to be playing that they would just have to have something around. I just I just feel like there's no way. It's like because then what's everybody gonna do? Just be like, well, we're just not gonna play these things.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, man. I certainly, I don't know. Just the writing on the wall doesn't look good to me, but you know, only time will tell, I guess. But that's like because, like I said at the beginning of this, I know that this will inevitably have a trickle down effect, and to what degree, I don't know. One of those videos I watched last night, that guy was like pretty much defending, like, no, there's no way they're going to stop making players, and like physical media collectors of movies are never going to let this die and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely a very passionate fan base. But he also made a great point when he said, I feel like Blu-rays and 4Ks will become the laser disc of this era. And he said that, and I was like, I think you're right, and I don't like that. I don't want this to become a thing where like a movie comes out that I want and it's $100. I hate the idea of that. But having said that, we can kind of segue into, uh,
Well,
our kind of feelings about just maybe getting DVDs of things because we've been enjoying that.
yeah, well, that's the thing too. Like if they start if it becomes like Malayser disc, whatever, and new releases are like $100, well then I don't know. I wouldn't care because okay, there's like what like 100 years of movies at least that are already out on physical media.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'll just track down the things I want. Um, and I've been
Hopefully,
tracking
Criterion
down.
continues having the same price. They're kind of like
Yeah.
Arizona green tea. They don't change their prices. I love that.
Oh my God. I just gotta say, like, it's just Criterion, they are so great and they make it so easy to go like overboard in their sales, like I've been doing. They just I don't know, dude, they just look out for you. They don't do the whole like FOMO thing. I bought my first Criterion in 2018 probably, and they're still the same price. $15 for a DVD, $20 for a Blu-ray, when they're on sale, and their 4Ks are
Um,
$25, when
you
they're
know
on
what?
sale.
I think you did mention this to me, bro. I just wanted to clarify since you just mentioned that the last picture show it was a little bit more, right? Because it's like a multi-disc release.
I want to say, yeah, I think it was like $25 because it's for two movies because it
Yeah, yeah,
has,
yeah.
yeah.
'Cause- yeah, yeah. I know, but that's still good value. That I'm not hating on that. I was just curious when you mentioned that right now. But yeah, there's obviously there is a lot of physical media that has existed. Like I remember last night, I was watching one of Paul Zamorelli's videos, and he was talking about VHS, and it's just insane, dude. Like you look at like the sale numbers of like the most successful VHS of all time. I forget which one was number one, but a lot of the top 10 is Disney, and these are like 15, 16, 20, 30 million copies that sold, bro. That's a
Oof.
lot of copies, man. You know, and I'm sure with DVD, at least in the early 2000s, there were certainly similar numbers for sure. So there's definitely a lot of DVDs out there, and as we have seen, they are standing the test of time quite well. I've gotten a couple DVDs this week. I'm just going to mention a couple, just not getting into like a list or anything here, but just a couple
Yeah.
that I really was happy to get. The Unbearable Lightness of Being, that was something I was really happy to get because there's like three editions of that I'm aware of. There's the original Criterion DVD. There's a kind of a plain Jane Warner Brothers DVD, and then there's a two-disc Warner Brothers DVD, which is the one I went with. It was the most economical choice for sure because I know you mentioned in your video you were talking about the three-woman DVD kind of being valuable for I told you it's just because people like collecting Criterion releases that are out of print, but that release was as much as I would like having the Criterion case on my shelf, it's the movie that I care about. And I was able to find the two disc edition, thankfully, from the Mexico pressing plant as opposed to the Pennsylvania pressing plant, which is the disc rot era from Warner Brothers. So that was cool. What was the other one I got? The English Patient, obviously. I got that from Entertain Mart this past week, and that was cool to find
Oh
for only
man,
$5.
I wonder if you're gonna have the Elaine reaction.
No, I've seen the movie before. It's fantastic. I love that movie.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I didn't know you
No,
had
no,
seen it.
I saw it way back in the day with my mom, and I've rewatched it when I was a teenager and stuff. It's a wonderful movie. I mean, I've been an admirer of Juliette Binoche for years since I think that was probably the first movie I saw her in, as well as Chuck-a-Lot and was it Dan in Real Life was in the 2000s with Steve Carell. But I've always loved her, and she's one of my favorite actresses. So,
Dude, you know what
yeah,
I want to say about VHS real quick? Or wait, did you still have some more to name?
no, that was the end of my sentence.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the end of my sentence. It's such a funny way to put it.
What he was, yeah,
Well,
he
no,
just
no, no. It's more like no, like somebody would be like, "Oh no, no, yeah, go ahead." You're like, "No, that was the end of my sentence." I'm
that's
like,
just the
"Oh,
way I
okay."
talk. That's just me.
But you know what? So you know what pissed me off? So last time, when I was at this replay and I gave you a call and we're going through and seeing if they had anything that was on your list. And then when I
Hmm.
was at the VHS, I was like, oh my god, look at these! And they had Taxi Driver and they had Rosemary's Baby on VHS.
Hmm.
And I forget the prices. I think one of them might have been like $10, the other one maybe like $8. And we were like, oh my god, why are they like, you know, pricing it so high? You know what pissed
But
me off was
yeah, go sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, last time I was there, I was going down and I don't think I noticed this before, but that was like one section of VHS, and then on the other side of the aisle they had another, and all the VHSs on the other side were 99 cents. I was like, why are you guys cherry picking? It's VHS. They should all be under 99 cents. You shouldn't have like one section for like, oh, but these are the expensive VHS. It's just VHS.
No, man, you know better. You know people love collecting VHS, and those are good deals for those. I wouldn't pay that. I don't like paying more than $5 for a tape personally. There's been a few exceptions for very specific things I wanted, but um, those are good deals for those, and they looked like older copies too, man. They didn't look like late '90s, 2000 reissues. So, I wouldn't personally pay those, but like any like VHS collector would hop on those for sure. Like I understand where you're coming from in that it's, I don't even, I remember just thinking that when I was at Goodwill earlier and I was looking at some movies, because I remember you said you picked up that movie Unfaithful, right?
Did I can't even
Isn't that a
remember. I
movie
think
called Unfaithful? I think you
uh,
got it from Disc
dude,
Replay.
I don't know, dude. I picked up so many that like I don't know anything about them. It just looked cool. Some of them I don't even remember the titles. I was just like, I picked this up.
Well, I know you did because I as soon as I saw you show it, my reaction was, "Oh, I just saw that on VHS at Goodwill the other day," and uh, I thought I would mention it to you, but I was like, "Oh, Nasser doesn't give two shits about
Oh,
VHS."
you're right. I do have it right here. Richard Gere and Diane Lane are in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Nasser doesn't give a shit about VHS. Like I grew up with VHS, so I do have an attachment to it, and I do like getting them when I can for only $1. I don't really seek out specific titles or anything. I'll just be thrifting and I'll see something like last week I got that Shining VHS that was sealed, which is very cool. But I do like them, but I wouldn't pay like $10 for a tape.
Honestly,
Like,
honestly, yeah. I don't. I've only got two VHS tapes. I'll tell you about them in a second. But if that Rosemary's Baby, like I don't collect VHS, but if that one was 99 cents, I would have got that. But
yeah,
the only two VHS I have are so they're very obscure, not valuable, just obscure. So they are a couple student films that a guy that edited a couple of my comic books. He was telling me about these films he made in film school, and I was like, "Where can I watch them?" And he's like, "They're on VHS tapes." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You can't watch." I was like, "You don't have them like uploaded somewhere?" He's like, "Nope, you got to track down the VHS." I tracked down two VHS tapes, and then I took them to where did I take? I found some place in the area that converts them, and then I dropped them off, and this dude put them on discs for me.
hell yeah. I'm curious to know where you did that at because there's a there's a really great video from V Westlife where he talks about these different companies that do digitizing of analog media, and he had sent a few different forms of analog media, like from VHS to Betamax to like 8 millimeter film and stuff like that, for them to digitize it, and they did like a horrendous job on it, like just extremely compressed, no color correction, just an atrocious job. And then there was like a follow-up video where someone had saw his video and they're like, hey, I do like really good work. It's actually something I'm really passionate about. Please send me like one of your things and I'll do it for free. And he did it and it was like immaculate. It's like beautiful restoration and everything. It was just awesome.
Honestly, I actually now that I remember it, it's so it was not the disc replay I go to, but like a different one, like I don't know, like 35 minutes from me. I remember one time I saw a sign in their wall that said something like uh, we could transfer stuff from VHS, and so I asked them about it. Um, and they said, "Oh yeah, there's a guy that comes in like once a week. He collects them. Like you fill out this form, and then you could pay him online." And so I just did that.
Dude,
That was like my only time going to disc replay before I became a DVD fan.
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is giving me such a great idea. I want to look into this. I would love to start a business digitizing analog media for people. I feel like I could do videotapes really easy. Like, because I mean, I don't know exactly what it takes, but I can already think of a few simple ways to do it that wouldn't be hard. But if I want to do a good job of it, I would love to look into this, and I could put up flyers or ads and stuff in town and be like, you get any old videotapes of like your a prom from 1975? Put it on a DVD for you, or a digital file. That's what people are going to probably want. And I could do that really easily. I would love to look into this. This would be a cool little business
That would
venture.
actually be pretty based.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, man, why don't you tell me a little bit about your pickups? I'm going to mute for a second, but just go ahead and start talking about a few of your pickups, please.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna talk about these ones that are not in a video because all right, guys. So those of you that saw the last vlog, I went to a thrift store and I went to Barnes and Noble, and then I went to Disc Replay. There is another thrift store in my area that I was going to go to for the first time, and in fact, I did stop by there on that day, and they were closed. I was like, okay, whatever. I went back the next day expecting not to find much because my normal thrift store that I go to, they've got such a small shelf of physical media, and I've probably found like 4 things there, like total in like 4 or 5 trips I've taken there, that I was like, well, I'm probably not going to find much. So I didn't, when I went there, yesterday, I was just like, I'll just be in and out. I'm not going to do a vlog. And I ended up getting out of there with like 12 things. Everything was like dirt cheap. And I was like, oh my God. So we're starting off with that championship season. And this is the only movie that Jason Miller got to write and direct. He was a playwright and also played the priest in The Exorcist, which I can't remember for the life of me how he and William Friedkin met. But I remember when William Friedkin was talking about it in his memoir, he's just like, you've got to play the priest. And then he's like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to play the priest. I'm not an actor. I'm a playwright. And William Friedkin's like, you're doing it. And he's like, no, I'm not. William Friedkin goes to the studio. I found the priest. Who is he? This guy. What's he been in? Nothing. He's not an actor. We're not casting him as the priest. William Friedkin's like, yes, he's the priest. He's got to be the priest. He has to be. And then I don't know how he talked Jason Miller into it. He's like, all right, I'll be the priest. And then William Friedkin in his memoir is just like, he all right, I forced him to become an actor. He wasn't a playwright like he wanted to be. And did I ruin his life? Am I the reason he died? And I don't know. Oh my God, there's so many funny moments in that memoir. I got to say the funniest one is William Friedkin gets married, I think for the second time. And of course, he and his wife have a Jewish wedding. And then afterwards, he tells her, like on their honeymoon, he's like, all right, I believe in Christ. And she's just like horrified. She's just absolutely horrified afterwards. you've got to read that. That's, oh my God, I love that memoir. It's so funny.
Sounds great, man.
Yeah, but that championship season,
you know what I wish existed, man?
Yeah.
Maybe we can make an AI of this or something. I'm sorry, I don't mean to simp for AI, but I would love it if there was an audiobook by William Friedkin, like reading it.
I want. Did he? I don't know. Like that came out like a while ago.
I can only imagine how amazing it would be if he did it is audiobook.
Oh my God. Let me see. I'm gonna. Let's see. I don't know if it says on here if it's. Does it say it's narrated by the author? I don't know if I see it on here. It might be. It might be. I'm not going to mess around with it too much. I don't want to derail, but it is. Okay. Yeah, it is an audiobook. But let me see. Okay, so that championship season. So yeah, I was interested in it for Jason Miller, and also Robert Mitchum's in the cast, and it's a stacked cast, and also it's about basketball, and formerly a basketball fan. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that one. It's it was like. I know it's not too expensive. It was like $14 on Amazon, and it was in my save for later forever. And when I saw it there and it was only $3, my hands were shaking. I was like, oh my God, I found it. And I was so glad to find it too, because it got a remake like not even that much longer afterwards. I think this is from like 1982, and I think somebody remade it in like 1999. I don't know why, but I was like, oh my God, it's like the one. It's the original.
Bro, I don't mean to like jump ahead on your list at all, but just based on what you said there, I thought it was so funny, bro. After all the like back and forth, every trip to Disc Replay, we were discussing it. that you found the canyons on DVD. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah. First I'm going over the Salvation Army Hall, and then that one. Yeah,
No,
but
yeah, no,
yeah,
I just said
yeah.
like because you were excited about that Jason Miller film, and I was like, oh yeah, that was so funny. I remember watching that and thinking, oh my god, that's so funny you found that.
Yeah. So then I also found End of Days, which you recommended to me.
Arnold
I
Schwarzenegger, yeah.
Yeah, I had an Arnold phase. I yeah, I ended up watching Pumping Iron because they added it to YouTube like a year and a half ago, and I was just like, oh my god, he's just like me. So I just started watching a bunch of Arnold movies, and I'm
Yeah, a
kind
lot
of
of great
delusional.
movies.
I'm
A lot of
kind of
great
delusional.
movies.
Like every day I wake up, I'm like, am I Arnold? Yeah. Um, and then I got That Thing You Do, which I know nothing about this movie, but I remember wanting to see it for some reason, like 10 years ago, and I never did. I think somebody told me it was good, and I just never saw it because back then I was just like, it's not on Netflix. How do I watch it? And I don't know because I didn't really like I grew up like at the tail end of VHS, so when we had VHSs, like yeah, I watched some of them, but I was like, these are like toys. I build stuff with them. I'll build a little castle or something. So um my my family's not much of like a movie family, so it's not like they were like, all right, we're upgrading to DVDs now. Like there were like a few DVDs around, but like not very many, like at all. So
Did you say, Nasser, that there were a lot of? Did you say that your parents had like DVDs of like sorry, I don't want to misspeak here, but like from their country? Did you say they had a lot of stuff like that?
no, they didn't.
Oh, but you said they watch movies like that, or I feel like you told me something about this.
Um, well, no, they don't really watch anything from the Middle East.
Hmm.
I mean, sometimes they might like,
Hmm.
but not a lot.
And
Sometimes they
maybe I
watch
just
like
misremembering. Sorry about that.
sometimes they watch like Turkish soap operas, but um, no, in the Middle East, in Jordan specifically, where they're from, I mean, there's like movies and stuff, but like
Hmm.
the culture isn't centered around movies like it is here in the States. So
That's
that
what
I
I think
didn't.
I remember you telling me. I just misremembered. Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't.
I think you
They
were mentioning that as to why you felt like you didn't grow up with movies in your family because that's just not something culturally that is relevant over there.
yeah. Like they don't. Yeah, they're not really movie people. So over
Yeah,
there
I
in the
got you.
Middle East, I mean, they have movies, but it's not like a big thing there. And
Hmm.
but my older half sister, she worked at a Blockbuster, so um she's probably the reason why we had some tapes around the house and stuff. And I went to Blockbuster with her a few times as a kid and just ran up and down the aisles. So yeah, she was kind of the one that, like, if I specifically wanted to watch something, she would just bring it back from work. um
Hell yeah.
yeah. So then, I think this is the only Blu-ray that I found. Everything else is a DVD, but they've got a Righteous Kill that has De Niro and Al Pacino in it,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I just feel like this is either going to be like really awful, or it's going to be like really amazing, like low key, like somehow nobody knows about this, even though it has like the two biggest stars in it.
No, yeah, I remember that movie came out in theaters. I saw it back then, but it's been a long time. But you know what that makes me think of, Drew, that really annoys me? I
Hmm.
forget which comedian did this bit. I want to say it was Ari Spears, that motherfucker. But like he was talking about Heat, right? And he said, "I at this point I had seen Heat. I grew up watching that movie with my mom because she loved it." And at this time, when I heard this bit from Ari Spears, I was a teenager. I probably hadn't watched it in a few years, and I had a DVD copy of it, so I was gonna rewatch it. But he said in his bit something about like, "Oh, you never see them in the frame at the same time. So what if they were not even there when they were filming?" I'm like, "Yes, you do. They're definitely in the frame at the same time at various points in the movie. What are you talking about?"
Oh, the one dinner scene where it's all
Yeah,
over
no,
the shoulder
it.
shots.
But
So
there is a shot of them come.
yeah,
There is. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, what's funny is there are like behind the scenes pictures though of them there at the table together.
Yes.
But even if they weren't, I never understood why people bring that up because I mean, like so what? There's many times in every film where you'll film somebody's up close shot and they won't even be in the same room
I
with the
think
actor.
I think if anything, that was maybe bouncing off of like The Godfather 2, which they're both in, but never in the same scenes, obviously. But
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
if anything, he was probably just creating this illusion, like, oh, are they ever really going to be on the screen at the same time? And I'm just like, brother, they are, but it doesn't matter. Like, I just thought it was funny, but it reminded me right now when you were talking about something on Kino I was watching yesterday where Mark was like, yeah, you can tell that they filmed these scenes months apart and the actors are talking to no one when they're cutting back and forth between each other.
Oh my God, dude, that reminds me of. I know you didn't like Dead Heat, but I still laugh sometimes remembering like Vincent Price is just like in the corner of a room, and he like has his lines, and then it like cuts back to like all this action, and he's just clearly like it's like that clip from The Simpsons of like thanks to modern editing techniques.
It also makes me laugh because Mark was saying about that movie Horror Express, and it's like, yeah, Christopher Lee's all over the, or I don't know, it's Peter Cushing, I think, right? Is it Peter Cushing in that movie?
Well, I think Peter Cushing's in it for like 5 seconds.
That's the one he was talking about, where he's like, he just like, your ticket, please, sir, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. I remember an old friend of mine tried to recommend me that movie. I'm like, I'm not watching this. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, it's not good.
It was funny. I think you were the one who said that thing about like, yeah, like this movie would be like 40 minutes if they didn't keep showing all this footage of the train or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I hate about movies that are set on trains. They always want to put in like half an hour of like, and now you see the train moving through a tunnel or going through the fields. Like we get it. I know they're in a train. I didn't need to see it. But
That's funny.
I got this movie. I have no idea what it's about. Another Day in Paradise, and I just know James Woods and Melanie Griffith are in it. So I'm just like, oh hell yeah,
Sounds like a good cast. Hell yeah.
yeah. And then we got Crash uh, from the screenwriter slash producer of Million Dollar Baby, and it's
Sweet. Yeah.
yeah,
Good
it's
movie.
got a stacked cast, just absolutely stacked.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff in that movie for sure. You'll enjoy
Yeah.
it. It will not bore you at all. I promise.
Isn't this movie a little divisive? Like, are there people that are like, "Oh my god, it's amazing"? People are like, "No, it's garbage."
Back in the day, everybody loved it. It feels like retroactively people hate on it. I don't know why, because I haven't watched it since the 2000s. Um, if I had to guess, this would be my guess. I don't know. I feel like maybe at the time that movie was considered Kino to normies who hadn't seen Kino movies, and now
Mm,
like maybe people have gotten more privy to real Kino and they think that this is a joke by comparison. I'm just guessing. That's what it sounds like to me. But I don't think that this movie would fall under that. I don't think it's Kino, but I think it is a pretty good movie. I think it's got a lot of good elements to it. But because I don't not remember the movie. Like I remember a lot of things about it, and I remember there being some really intense scenes in that movie for sure. Some of the things that have stuck with me forever. So I think you'll enjoy it. Honestly, I can't wait to rewatch it myself.
okay. I also got, and this is cool because it's the blockbuster case. It's got like the sticker on it, and when oh, but it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't have it on the disc too, but it's the blockbuster case. I know a couple of the ones I got have the blockbuster sticker on the disc too, but this is a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which I have not seen, but it's got a Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, and it's a Shane Black movie. Um, and I've liked the two or three Shane Black movies that I've seen. The Predator 2018. I really like that one. I don't know why everybody hates it.
It's a fun movie.
It's fun. And the Nice Guys. I don't know if you saw that one's from 2016, but
No, not a fan, unfortunately.
I liked it. I thought it was
No, no,
pretty
no.
fun.
It's just not my thing.
I got you. And then also he was one of the writers on Last Action Hero, and I really like that
I
one.
believe he also wrote the original Predator, at least co-wrote it.
No, I think he was just in it. He's an actor too.
I could have sworn he had something to do with the writing. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Sorry about that.
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. But he's in it though. Um, and let's see. I got the Hidden.
Yeah,
I've always heard this.
that might be like my the pickup that you got that I'm most jealous of. I would love to have a copy of The Hidden.
I've always heard it's like, oh my god, it's amazing. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, just go into it blind. If you don't remember, because literally I was watching a keynote yesterday and Mark was telling you about it. So just go
Oh, was
into it
it?
if you don't remember. Yeah, just don't even. I shouldn't have even reminded you. Just you'll enjoy it for sure.
Dude, with Kino, I've been listening to so many of them lately that, to be honest, like it's all been like blending together, and like
Yeah,
sometimes I
yeah.
zone out, and then I'll zone out, and I'm like, oh no, I was supposed to be editing this, and I just hope like there's nothing that slipped past me that I was supposed to edit out.
All good. Yeah, I can't wait for you to watch it. You'll really have a good time with it.
Yeah. Then we've got Prisoners, which is
Great movie.
one. Yeah, it's one
Amazing
that
movie.
it's one I've been wanting to see for a while, and yeah, I look forward to this one. Isn't this one like 3 hours or something, or close? It's like two and a
I
half.
don't. Is it really? It doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
says
even
a
realize
hundred.
it was that long.
Yeah, it says 153 minutes. Well, all the best like long movies never feel like they're long.
Yeah, this is like a movie that doesn't feel that way because it's like this mystery continues to unravel. So don't just know that if you're looking at it one day and you're like, should I watch this? Do I want to sit down for 2.5 hours? It's not going to feel like it. You'll love it. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, like Bitter Moon. It doesn't feel like 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's not another teen movie. I didn't know if this was like a Drew pick or not, but I was just
One
like,
of my
well,
favorite teen comedies. I love Not
okay,
Another Teen Movie.
thank God,
It's
because it
got
was
so
like,
many great songs in it. Great
because
performances from the cast. Just I love that movie. I
because I
saw it in
looked
theaters
at
when it
it
came
and
out.
I was like, okay, it says 2002, I think, on here, and I was just like, okay, so like this is like from the good years when movies could still be funny.
Hmm. That's right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
My first time seeing Chris Evans for sure. Just fantastic. I love Jamie Presley very much. It's a fantastic movie.
and then we've got I've been wanting to see this one for a while too. The remake of The Postman Always Rings Twice with Jack Nicholson and Jessica Lange.
Hell
I've
yeah.
yeah, I saw the original once, and I read the book as well, and I remember the story. I just don't remember anything about them. Like I don't remember like how much I enjoyed the original movie, but I don't remember it being bad at all. It might just be like just an okay little noir movie, but I love Jack Nicholson, and
Oh yeah, man. So do I. He's so great. You
yeah,
can't
so
handle the
yeah.
truth.
I just love when George does it. Like oh my god, I wish I could pull up the clip, or and it'd probably get the we'd probably get dude. One time on a Kino stream, we played a clip from I believe Christmas Evil, and they were like, you have like 20 days to like remove this clip, or we'll remove the entire stream. So I had to remove it really quick, so it wouldn't be
How
like
long
lost
was
in
the
media
clip, bro?
Kino.
How long was it?
It's when he like flies away up to the moon. It's like 10
But
seconds.
10 seconds. My God, dude. What a sad time we live in. Yeah, because
I
I
know.
remember I was telling you that I was so pissed the other day because I made this short and I used like 1 minute of a song in my short and it blocked it. It didn't even give me like I was like, just take the money for it. I don't need the money. Just let me post the clip. It's so cool like this, and it wouldn't let me use it.
Dude, one of my vlogs is like, it's like you're blocked in certain territories. I'm like, for
For what?
5 seconds of music that a store was playing. I'm like, okay.
Ugh.
It had like two different songs that they were like they put a little, not a strike, but a little thingy in there where they're like, this might be a violation, and I appealed two of them, and one of them they were like, yeah, you're right, and the other one was like, no, you're wrong.
God, so
Oh my
awful, man.
god.
Like we had it so good. I miss when you could just put songs in your videos and it didn't matter, dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. All right, and then the last one from this haul that didn't get its own video is Piranha remake, and I have not seen any. I've not seen a single Piranha movie ever.
Oh, okay, yeah. You could skip the original; it's pretty boring. But the remake and its sequel are excellent movies. I love them.
Hell yeah. I'm looking at this and like everything is like the Vince McMahon meme. I'm like 88 minutes? Filmmaker's commentary? Five behind the scenes featurettes?
Christopher Lloyd?
Oh, Christopher Lloyd. Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
see it. Oh, Richard Dreyfuss?
yeah, dude. It's a good movie.
Oh,
It's
hell yeah.
fun. So much fun. I love Piranha.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's I'll set those aside for a second. Oh my god, because we did get I did get so many things. I found this really awesome seller that I want to get some more stuff from on eBay because I do this thing where you add their items to your cart and then they take off 45% if you get two or more. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, dude, so awesome. I've got like four more things in my cart. I'm just like, should I pull the trigger? But the two I got from them. So each of these was like probably like $4. Mallrats and Killing Me Softly, unrated version. You can't go rated on an erotic thriller. I know nothing about it. I was just like, it's an erotic
Very good
thriller. I gotta
movie.
have it, and Heather
It's
Graham's in it.
so that movie. I have the Blu-ray of it. The only way you can get it on Blu-ray is the double feature from Shout Factory with the Hotspot. And I remember watching them back to back, and it was just like such a wonderful contrast. It's like you have the Hotspot, which is like this really fantastically done, like erotic noir kind of film. It's really great, and then you have Killing Me Softly, which is extremely schlocky by comparison. It's just a much sillier movie, but it's so great. I love it.
Handshake meme, like me watching erotic thrillers for the plot, and Drew Thirst watching erotic thrillers.
I've been doing that since I was a teenager. I love erotic thrillers. I love them.
Dude, they're like my favorite genre of movies.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun for sure. I don't want to go on like a long tangent about this, but I was just looking at my list of pickups and it reminded me of it because so recently I had made a video about this because I sold someone my second sight edition of Ginger Snaps because it had gone up in value. So I sold it for like $70, and I knew I was going to replace it with a standard edition. And I decided to get the Via Vision release because it was region free. I am region free, but if I can get a region A copy, I opt to do that just for more accessibility. And I got that one, and great release. Although I was a little disappointed that they didn't bring over the Scream Factory special features for the first film. And I remembered that one of the thrift stores here has a copy of Ginger Snaps, the Scream Factory, so I ended up buying that to go with it. All in all, I spent about $40 on replacing Ginger Snaps. But around the time, like just days after I made that video, Via Vision slash Imprint announced that they were reissuing that box set, but this time you were going to also get the first film on 4K since it was recently reissued by Lionsgate, or the Lionsgate Limited series. And when it was first announced, it was just like a press release and there was no price. And I told Nasser, I was like, I bet this is going to be like $60. And I don't know. I don't feel like I was being that conservative with my guess. So I was
I don't want
extremely shocked when
I
I
don't want
saw
to
that the price tag was $90, bro.
I don't want to interrupt you, but when you were saying 60, I was like, 60, really? I was like,
That's
40.
twice as much. That's twice as
Yeah.
much.
I know. I
Like
was
that's
you were saying 60, and I was guessing. I was like, maybe more like 40 would be my guess.
no way, man. I mean, I was even taking into consideration how much Imprint inflates their prices.
Well, that's
I
the
thought,
thing
yeah,
too. I forgot it was imprint. So
yeah, like because Via Vision is a subsidiary of them, so I can understand if you didn't realize that when I said it. But
yeah,
like the thing is that I figured they would charge twice as much just to include that 4K disc. I was not prepared for them charging three times as much. That's insane.
it's outrageous.
And like, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, realistically, if you had bought the second sight limited edition when it was brand new, you would have probably got it for like, I think I got it for like 40, maybe $50, which is pretty standard fare for second sight.
Yeah.
It was a good deal, three movies. Um, and I guess if you bought the Lionsgate limited 4K, because you can only get it from their website, you probably would have been paying about 40. You could have all that content and still come out like $10 to $15 cheaper than buying that imprint release or Via Vision, whatever. Like
Oof.
the way they charge is just obnoxious, and I really I hate when people support their releases because it's just not something I want to see continue. It's so disgusting.
Dude, I know, but at the same time, I'm just like, let them all spend all their money on 4K, and then so that way all the physical media shops will be like, no one even wants these DVDs. Let's just price them low and get rid of them, and then I'll just buy them up, dude. I don't care. Dude, I would be just fine if I went the rest of my life buying just DVDs. Like, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, and I mean that's definitely the best approach above all. And in a lot of instances, I would feel the same way. But
But I mean,
being
of
that
course, there's exceptions. Like if something, if the DVD release is like really sucky and or if it's bare bones, and a Blu-ray might,
yeah, there's always going to be different exceptions. Mine are more vast than yours for sure, but that's just because um, you know I think and I'm not saying you don't share my sentiments on this, but I just have a strong kind of passion for film preservation. So there's a lot of things that are kind of uh, exclusive to the Blu-ray format, whether it's like proper audio restoration and stuff like that. Like, in spite of all the feelings that we share about getting DVD copies of movies, which have been great, the exception, the kind of opposite approach of that is getting the Stanley Kubrick box set for the exact reasons I just specified.
oh, of
Like,
course,
or getting like pure representations of those films with restored
yeah,
audio and stuff.
that stuff's always very important. I think though that some things take more priority than others. Like when it comes to Stanley
Mm-hmm.
Kubrick, I'll go all
Mm-hmm.
out. I've got the nice OLED TV. It would be silly not to get this set, especially like
Yeah, and it's not like you don't own, like that's the thing is you own a majority of those to begin with. You're kind of that example of those people who are like, well, do I need this box set? I already have most of this on 4K as it is. Like you already had a bunch of them like that.
yeah, but these are also getting certain cuts and presentations and also all the bonus features. I'm just like, I need them. I need them all.
It's just the best representation. Yeah.
I'll do anything for Stanley Kubrick. He's probably my second favorite director, but there could be a big argument for first. But I love Brian De Palma so much. So
Yeah, and I mean, like, you could have probably saved like at least $30 just buying like the out of print Bitter Moon Blu-ray and a Ninth Gate Blu-ray. But being that you love Roman Polanski, you decided to get that box set, and it rewarded you with a really great bonus documentary as well. So
yeah,
that's a good. Again, I don't claim to like have a hard rule on these things because I'm not hypocritical about it. I embrace the fact that I love value, and a lot of times that value can be found in just regular DVDs. But I also love collecting, nice releases for stuff I love, for sure.
yeah, and I just watched that the little like I don't know minute and a half little trailer the Criterion just put out, and I thought it was so funny. Somebody at the end, I don't know who it was at the end, they were like, "Who says Stanley's hard to work with?"
And Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell.
Oh yeah, it's okay. Because I was like listening to it while I was getting like the stream set up, so I wasn't really like looking at it. I was just listening to it, like trying to get this set up in a rush, and I just kind of like heard that at the end, like, "Who says he's hard to work with?"
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite interview clips ever. I love that so much. Yeah, I mean Malcolm McDowell's amazing. Obviously, I've loved him in so many things he's done. I've even loved when he's done like shitty horror stuff.
Dude,
like
I love him in not to cut you off there. I love him in this episode of Tales from the Crypt where he's basically just doing Alex the whole time.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt was great for sure. But one of the last movies I remember seeing him in, as far as a movie I hadn't really seen him in before, even though I technically had seen this movie but I had no recollection of it, was the Silent Night remake. That movie was kind of like it was wishy-washy for me. It's like there's things about this that are cool, but I can't in good conscience say that I give a shit about watching this again. So I did sell it, but he was cool in that, and I love him in Rob Zombie's Halloween movies so much. I think he's fantastic in those movies. But although I haven't seen everything he's ever done, I have never seen him do anything as phenomenal as A Clockwork Orange. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, dude, amazing movie. Oh my god, dude, I'm just looking at on Letterboxd. He's in 243 movies. But sometimes
right,
they count like special features as like a movie. I don't know if there's a way to separate that,
but I imagine he probably did a lot of stuff in the British films and stuff. I imagine.
Yeah, but the reason I brought up that part was when he's like, "Who says Stanley's hard to work with?" It was so funny because I remember when I was going through my first Stanley Kubrick phase, and I was telling you, I was like, I don't know why everyone says that he drove Shelley Duvall crazy. I mean, it sounds like he made everybody do a lot of takes, and you were like, "Who says he drove Shelley Duvall crazy?"
Yeah, that was one of the things about that little clip is it kind of led up to that Malcolm McDowell clip because there was like people praising him, and then it was kind of progressing to people criticizing how he's like hard to work with, and then it just capped off with that Malcolm McDowell clip, which was great.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I think diving into the special features is going to be so fun.
It's interesting for sure. I wasn't there, but I'm just saying from everything I've heard, doing my like autistic deep dives, I really wouldn't say he was hard to work with because um everybody complains like, oh, he made us do like 100 takes.
I mean, to be fair, that
But
sounds very agonizing.
no, but I mean, like Stanley and okay, Stanley didn't do many interviews, but he said something in like one of the few that he's done. He's probably done like 3 or 4, I don't know. And he's like, well, you know how it is, like you do like 30 takes, and they go home and say that you had to do like 100. They over exaggerate, but he also said
That's
that
funny.
like he also constantly says that a lot of actors show up like unprepared and they might not have their lines memorized, and you could kind of tell if they don't know the lines, like if they have to think about it while they're acting. I mean, that's just something he says, and I know for what's it called, Full Metal Jacket, the instructor, what's his name, is it
Arlie
Arlie
Army?
Emery? Yeah, he's his scenes were only like 3 takes on average. Is
He's a pro.
uh
You can just tell he's a pro, though. He always comes. Every movie I've seen him in, he's a screen stealer. Every one of them.
I
I
saw
think he's
him.
in Prisoners, bro.
what
Am I
did
right
what did
about
I
that?
what did I watch that he was just in something I watched, and he was really
Is
good.
he in Prisoners? I feel like he is. I'm maybe mixing that up with something though.
Oh my god, dude, I hate this. I
No,
just opened up.
I think it's Zodiac, which is I confuse those two movies because they're very similar, and I watch them back to back.
Okay, I haven't seen Zodiac, but dude, I
Great
hate this.
movie.
I opened up Letterbox, and I see Steak has reviewed Obsession with 4 stars. I don't know if I should unfollow him for this or not.
Who?
Steak Sauce.
Oh no, my buddy Steak Sauce. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
fan of the movie, but he's a good dude. He loves horror movies. I don't give him credit. I don't discredit him for that. Is what I mean to say. No, he's not in Zodiac either. Why am I thinking Arlie Ermy is in some of these movies that he's not? It's so
Oh, I'm
confusing.
Dangerous Tonight. He was in I'm Dangerous Tonight. I was like, I know, I just saw him in something.
I didn't just watch that movie though. Like, there's something more recent I saw him in. It's okay. Go ahead and continue, and I'll just look.
Um, um, uh, oh, what was this? Oh yeah, how his scenes were just like 3 takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just from everything I've seen, I just feel like Stanley just had a vision and you were working towards it, and I just feel like people um just I don't know why they always bring up Shelley Duvall, because I feel like he always told everybody like, no, you're not getting it right, let's do it again. I don't feel like it was just like a her thing.
Now I
That's
want to watch that movie, The Frighteners, because he's in it. I've had that DVD for a long time.
the Frighteners. I don't even know if I've heard of that.
It's a Peter Jackson movie with Michael J. Fox.
Hmm.
Seven. I rewatched Seven not too long ago. That might be what I'm. Okay. You can, for anyone who's like listening to this and they're like, "Why are you thinking that he's in Zodiac?" You can understand my mix up with Seven. They're all detective, like serial killer movies. Okay, I watched
Dude,
them all kind of like back to back during like a David Fincher / Denis Villeneuve phase. So like that's why.
dude, I hated Seven. Oh my god, I just did not
Seven is
like that one.
awesome, dude. I didn't like it the first time I saw it either, but it's amazing. I mean, if you don't like it, it's cool, but I would definitely recommend giving it another shot one day.
Okay, Frighteners. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna add this to the list. I'm gonna add Frighteners to the list.
It's pretty. I find that DVD often. I think you'll be able to find it. If
Oh
not, I'll keep
man,
my eyes peeled
Jeffrey
for you.
Combs is in this movie.
I feel like no, you guys didn't discuss it on Kino. It was just something Mark mentioned. It was like I think y'all were just talking about Peter Jackson stuff, and he mentioned that.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to watch this one. I'll have to find it. I'll have to track it down. The list is growing. I made a mistake. So I was like, Drew, why don't we just make a Google Doc where we'll each just like put our list, and that way, because I couldn't get a hold of you the other day when I think you might have been napping at like 2 p.m. and I was at this replay, and so I didn't really have your updated list, and I was like, oh, we could just do this so we could update it in real time. And I made a mistake because I just started writing down like 100 movies. I'm like, I need all these, and I just kept thinking of more, and I added like a couple more this morning. I was like, this list is just gonna grow.
Yeah, no, like I mean, it's actually probably a good thing. And this isn't disc replay. This is when you went to that other thrift store that you found like everything you just mentioned earlier.
Or yeah, yeah,
If you would have
Salvation Army.
called me, if you would have called me during that and shown me everything on the wall, I think it would have cost both you and I a lot more money. Like I could have told you so many things. I'm sure. I'm like, no, that movie's really good, and yeah. So like, especially being that we're very much diving on getting DVDs, a lot of things like this list can always grow like substantially. Like if you're not like limiting it to Blu-rays, the list can go far greater. Like the
Dude,
list
for real.
that my list right now on there does not include every single thing that I'm interested in. It's just like the stuff that I'm really wanting right now. Like I can't, like mentally I can't do that to myself. I can't put like 300 movies on a list right now. I can't do that. It's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Um, the price I paid for like let me see, how many did I get? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 11 DVDs and one Blu-ray. I paid like I don't know, like $35, I think, for all those. And dude, that's like, I'm not even joking. That's like one 4K. There's some 4K releases where like that wouldn't even cover it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, I mean, I know we were comparing that because we were looking at like some people's hauls, and it was like just by comparison, you got like all those DVDs and they got like two 4Ks or something. Like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man. Is like, value is so important to me, and being that I don't care about 4K, it's just like it's not even a question. But sometimes when I go to Entertainment Mart, like with the last time I went last week, that one was actually pretty chill because I just got three DVDs. That's all I bought. I just did the buy two get one sale, and that was such a great deal, and all the movies were good picks. So I still haven't watched Frantic, but I'll watch that soon.
Oh
And
hell yeah.
just that was a good way to go, because like when I go to Entertainment, sometimes I'm just like, oh man, like I could easily spend like $75 here just on like seven Blu-rays or something like that. But I didn't do that this time, and I was really proud of myself. Although I did go to Barnes and Noble and pick up Sentimental Value, which I was happy to get because I love that movie. Such a fantastic movie.
Maybe I'll
Um,
watch that one soon. Actually, I don't really like plan out my watches in advance, but it's just kind of like sometimes I'll just look at a movie and I'll be like, this is the next one. I think the next one is gonna be Mallrats.
that's such a great pick. I love Mallrats.
Yeah, dude, I've got like such a gold mine of stuff. Like I already had a gold mine of stuff, all right? But like everything is still in boxes. We've got someone coming in the next like 2 or 3 days to take a look at the wall down here.
Yeah,
And
I knew that day was coming. I was like, is it almost time for this to finally happen?
yeah, it's when did my mom say? Maybe the 10th, I think.
The
Somebody's
day
gonna
before your
be,
birthday, huh?
yeah, the day before my birthday, somebody's gonna be here and they're gonna take a look at the wall. And I'm hoping that everything's gonna be okay, that they don't have to like tear it down. If there's anything to fix, I hope they could just like leave it up and still fix it. Because oh my god, dude, I there are so many movies where I was like, oh, what about this one? And I'm like, "Ah, I don't even know what box it's in, or like even some books where I'm just like, oh, I should look for that. Like all right, yeah, I'm the like bleeding heart that on 4th of July has to make all the posts about the Native Americans. Okay. I like I've got two books. One of them is Killers of the Flower Moon. The other one is Buried My Heart at Wounded Knee. And I was gonna start like posting a bunch of like quotes from them, and but I was like, I don't even know what box they're in. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, so but I made a couple posts anyways, and of course I got told to go back to where I came from by a white guy.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll just mention like one or two of my picks before we close out, because I'm sure you've been standing for too long. But one of the things I was really happy to get, I didn't even know this existed until like a week ago, because you had mentioned to me about the Kino Lorber sale, and we were kind of looking through it. I was like, yeah, there's like four Bridget Bardot movies I've been wanting, and a couple of them are good price. They're like $8. I was like, maybe this is a good time to get them. But then I didn't realize that they put all four of those movies into a DVD set. And I was like, oh, wow. And on their website, they had it for $30, which is a good deal, but it was even better on Amazon at $18. And that made me really happy because I love her. I love her movies. And that was just like such an amazing deal. Um, they all come with like the film historian audio commentaries, which I don't care to listen to those, but it is cool that they just basically gave you the Blu-rays on DVD. Like they gave you those restorations, so that's really cool. Um, I don't. Kino Lorber has a lot of problems for a lot of reasons with what they do. I think my issue with them above all is their kind of disregard for film preservation with some of the stuff that they do. I don't care for that, but they do give good value. I'll give them that all day for sure.
Yeah, the thing is like they do have a few movies that I want, and I don't know. I know they're on sale right now. Some of them are on sale right now, and I'm just like, well, do I buy them now? I already spent a lot of money lately, and then I'm just like, no, I could buy them later. But then I'm like, they only license their movies for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that is the thing. Not to encourage the FOMO thing. I would just say that Kino Lorber is one of those labels that I just don't really fuck around with if I really, really want something that there really isn't a secondary option available. Like, it's one thing if, like, they put out a movie on Blu-ray and it goes out of print, and you're like, okay, I'll just get the DVD. That's fine. But sometimes there's things that they put out that you can't get another version of. And that's the kind of shit that I just really don't fuck around with Kino because their stuff goes out of print really fast.
Yeah, like that's the thing. So the main one that I want from them is out of print right now. So I did recently get 12 Angry Men. I had it before. I sold off a lot of my collection, and then it was just one of those things where I was like, I'll get it back eventually. It's not going anywhere. So I got it back, and I afterwards I wanted to watch the 1997 William Friedkin version of the movie, and Kino Lorber had put out the 50s movie, but with the 1997 one as the bonus feature. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And I go and it's out of print. And even though the Criterion one is in print, the Kino Lorber one is like $75. Don't lowball me, bro, on eBay. And it's just really annoying.
Yeah, I'm trying to see right now if there's a DVD of that William Friedkin one. I'm not finding one. That's kind of a shame.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see a DVD version of it at all.
I want to say, was it like a made for TV movie? I think it might have been.
I'm not sure about that. I'm just trying to look and see what's available here, and yeah, I don't see it. Like all I can find is the Kino 4K of the first movie that has it as a bonus feature.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's the thing too. You got it. You put it on a bonus feature. Hey, why not just put out that movie like by itself?
But they did. That's the thing, and that's the thing that's freaking me out here is the if you want the individual Blu-ray of the '97 film, people are asking $90 plus, but you can get the 4K of the first movie with the other film as a bonus feature for like around $60. So I don't know what people's mentality is on that. It's probably just a bunch of people who are listing it based off of sold prices but the like I don't know how good that movie is. I haven't seen that remake. But someone has it for.
I just want to see it for William Friedkin.
Yeah, absolutely. I would want to see it for that reason too. But it looks like there's a UK release someone has, but that's like, once you add shipping, you're looking at like $40. That's like the best deal I can find. It is possible that this could be imported by some people, like that import foreign releases. If someone has it, the cheapest I'm seeing it here is $60, which is ridiculous, obviously. Let me see this cast. This huge cast. They got George C. Scott and James Gandolfini. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, dude. I want to see it. It's an awesome movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Or well, it's an awesome cast, so I'm assuming it's an awesome movie.
I have never seen a movie that has James Gandolfini in it that I didn't like. So I would be willing to bet it's pretty good and worth watching.
He's the GOAT. He's just the absolute GOAT.
He's dope for sure. I like him.
Oh my god, me with like the time machine, like Mr. Gandolfini, like get on the treadmill.
That's pretty cool. One more thing I did want to mention before we stop is I was happy to see that there was a standard edition release for Barbarian. I did get that order in just because, like, I don't know how much it's going to sell out. I just kind of jumped into that one. Yeah, it's cool that movie's finally coming out. Are you a big fan of that movie, man? I can't remember.
Barbarian? Yeah, I like Barbarian.
You like it? Was it you that said you like it more than Weapons? Was that the conversation I had with you the other day?
Um, well, you know what? I've seen each of them once.
Hmm.
I probably have to rewatch them to be sure, but
I've seen Barbarian
maybe.
three times. I've seen Weapons twice.
And I'd say maybe I like Barbarian more.
I would say I like Weapons more, but it's not by a lot. Like they're both really close. So yeah,
You know what? That should be the guy that like everybody is like going crazy and talking about. Like, and like I don't get it. Like any other horror director that does not really deserve it. I feel this guy does.
I love Zach Krieger's movies. I even love Miss March. So I'm a
Oh
big fan of
yeah,
his
I
for
picked
sure.
that one up. Should I watch that one next? I don't know.
It's a fun movie.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna move. I say this a lot, but I'm gonna move that one up in the rotation.
The great thing is that whatever your rotation is, it's pretty much all surefire bets. So you got a good rotation. I mean,
That's
but
that's
so is mine though. Like I mean, I I always have a lot of stuff on the docket that I'm really excited to watch. That's of my own choosing, and but I have been kind of like just enjoying like these random '90s/2000s mid-budget movies that are like either romantic comedies or teen sex comedies. Like I'm always happy to watch those kind of movies, and for the most part, they're always pretty good. So that's
dude.
been fun.
I have been watching a lot of good movies yesterday, but today I watched one that I just really did not like, and I'm kind of like confused now because like, okay, there's this boomer director Douglas Sirk, and apparently every boomer I've ever met like really likes him. He did all these melodramas, and I watched one yesterday. I got it in the Criterion sale, Written on the Wind, and I was like, oh my god, it was just so good. Like I'm already thinking about like, should I rewatch it? Just should I just go up and upstairs and rewatch it right now? Like it's that good. Written on the Wind, and then I watched his today. I watched his other movie called All That Heaven Allows, and I really did not like it. I give it 1 star. It
Oh
was just
no. I
yeah.
must
It
have been
was
half awake when I read anything about that. I thought you said you liked it. Is that one you picked up from the Criterion? So I'm sorry.
no. I streamed
Oh,
it. Wink, wink.
okay, okay. No, because the reason I'm asking that is because I remember when you were showing your Criterion Haul from Barnes and Noble. I was like, oh man, I hope he loves these movies. I hope it's not like a regret because they're blind buys. So I'm really glad that you liked the ones you watched from
Yeah,
those
yeah,
purchase.
no. So like the one I blind bought, Written on the Wind, like
Hmm.
that I that one that I watched yesterday, I had a like I was holding that one and All That Heaven Allows. I was holding both of them in my hands, and I was trying to remember like which is the one I heard was really great, and I was like, it must be Written on the Wind. That's Robert Stack in it. So I got Written on the Wind, and I absolutely loved it. And then today I was just like, oh my god, like Douglas Sirk phase, All That Heaven Allows, and
Hmm.
it was just not good. This isn't really a spoiler or anything, but I've kind of mentioned quite a few times that I'm not terribly big on a lot of Hitchcock movies because I don't like that the characters are always socialites, rich people, like fancy people. Like I just feel like nothing's usually at stake. It's really hard to make me care for like a rich person. Okay, now in
Yeah,
Written
dude,
on the
that's how I
Wind,
feel about like in like modern horror movies when these like teenagers have like mansions. I'm like, how am I relating
right?
to this? Like,
Right, right. So in Written on the Wind, there are some rich characters, like it involves like a rich family, but it's like the best friend of the rich guy kind of came from nothing, and then the rich guy's girlfriend that becomes his wife, she also came from nothing, and like those characters have like a much more interesting story. But even like the rich characters in Written on the Wind, they're still very complex. So like it was all cool. It wasn't like, oh, my rich people problems. In All That Heaven Allows, it was basically rich people problems. It was like basically this rich widow like starts dating a younger guy, and then she's like, oh no, people are gossiping about me, and I was just like, okay, why do I care?
sounds like
It,
Valley Girl.
it just I don't know, dude. It just was not cool. It was just very boring. So I give it 1 star. Um, but yeah, it was just I don't know. But this director has like one more movie with Robert Stack that I think Kino might have put out. I have it in my cart on Amazon. So I'm just like, maybe I'll just get that other one with Robert Stack because I'm in my Robert Stack phase. Dude, I did not know he was actually such a good actor. I don't know what you've seen him in, dude. Maybe just Unsolved Mysteries, but like, because that's all I knew him from. And oh my god, dude, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, this guy's actually like really good.
Hell yeah, it's awesome, dude. So
Yeah,
glad. Yeah, we
yeah,
definitely had a lot of good watches lately. I don't think I've had a bad one recently. I can't think of
yeah.
if I
That
have.
was that was my
You're
only.
really not gonna see me rating anything 1 star because I'm not gonna sit through a movie that I'm not enjoying for like an extended period of time.
Well, it was a short movie. It was like
Oh no,
89
no,
minutes.
I
Yeah.
wasn't saying like I'm not, I wasn't criticizing that you sat through that movie. I just meant like I just don't really watch movies like that. Like the last one I was watching that would have been headed in that direction was that movie Recoil I told you about. I just shut it off after 25 minutes. I was like, this
Well,
isn't
you
going to
know
get
the
better.
thing. Well, okay. The thing too about it is, I did give it 1 star. It wasn't like poorly made or tough to watch. The thing is that like I just didn't. It was the story for me. The story did not work for me. The directing is fine, and it's just okay. I really like a good story, but um, even though it didn't have it, it was just still something that I don't know. I was just hoping it would get better because okay, how do I want to
Mm.
explain this? The premise is interesting in my opinion because it tried to make it about like a forbidden relationship, which should be great. And I was just really hoping because the director is such a good director. I was like, maybe he'll turn this around. He didn't, but there were like there were like some glimpses where I was like, is it gonna turn around now? And it didn't quite do it. But I've seen so many worse things from that time. Um,
Bro, if I can say real quick, um, we've talked about this a few times, but you're saying that with this movie in particular that it was a great like concept, right? Like
yeah,
conceptually, it sounded like it would be good on paper, and we've talked about how like it just comes down to execution, right? Like
yeah,
anything can be good if it's executed well, right? Realistically
yeah,
speaking, um, and I know a lot of times a lot of the movies that I really love and I know we just joke about it. I'm not saying you don't like this. It's just a lot of movies I love. It's just like, oh, it's people just like talking to each other in the room, right? But it's like, it's all like the execution of it. Like, and I really love movies. Like, my favorite movies are about like just human problems, like human social problems with one another. And like when I was watching 2 Weeks in September last night, like, it's just like, I, execution is obviously going to be like the factor here that makes it great, but just a story about like just lost love. It always resonates with
yeah,
me really strongly, and it's something that can be done very poorly if you don't have everything behind you that you makes it great as far as like acting and visual storytelling obviously is very important too, and how because you can't just shoot it shittily. It has to look interesting and engage your eyes and stuff too.
yeah,
And that was really great because there was a lot of really wonderful like scenery in that movie and stuff. And but at the heart of it, the story, the most important thing, right? Like that's the stuff that's gonna be the most like everlasting impact above all is the story like rich, and is it a good story that resonates with you, and that was one that I certainly could relate to, share my own personal experiences in life and stuff. But
yeah. Like
execution is important, yes, man. But it's like we always talk about, when we converse. It's like the story is always going to be like the thing that at heart matters the most.
Like I kind of make fun of you with like you just like when they just sit down and talk. Do you want a movie of people not doing anything, just talking? But the thing about movies like that is like when they're really good, you don't even notice that. Like 12 Angry Men, like I'm not spoiling it for you, Drew. I know you're gonna cry if you get like one little spoiler, but
It's all right. I'll
like
forget it in like a week. You can say whatever you want.
but
I don't not know what this movie's about
no,
because
I
I've heard
know.
about it before.
I'm
Well,
just
hold on. Let me finish my sentence.
yeah.
I've heard pretty much everything that happens in this movie, and I've continued to forget about it. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, okay, but no, what I was gonna say
Like I'm,
is
I'm not going to watch it next week. It might be a few years, so don't worry.
but yeah, but no, you're making me laugh. But it's like,
Sorry.
it's 12 jurors in a room
Hmm.
talking and arguing and trying to get to the bottom of it. And when you watch it, it just doesn't feel like that. It doesn't like if I didn't know this movie existed and somebody came up to me like, "Hey, do you want to watch a movie of these 12 jurors like sitting in a room?" I'd be like, "No," but oh my God, like I watched it and immediately I was like, "Should I just put this on again?" It's like it's really
Yeah.
that good.
I mean, but and for me personally, that isn't a turn off. Like I like that kind of thing because, like to me, my reaction to that is, oh my god, is this a great opportunity to see two really great actors talking back and forth with each other? Like that's what I love. Like I haven't seen this movie yet, but every time I've seen clips from it or heard about it, it just sounds like something that'll be super awesome to watch. Is that movie
It is. It's
Marriage Story?
amazing.
Marriage Story with
Oh, Marriage
Scarlett
Story.
Johansson and uh, what is that guy's name? Adam Driver. That honestly is the only thing that's making me hesitate about it. And it's not because I don't think he's a good actor. I think everything I've seen of Adam Driver and he's been really good. I'm just not really that into him, so it's kind of like keeps putting me off from like going into that movie. But that movie, as far as the impression I have of it, is just them interacting with each other constantly, and that's like I know many great movies like that, so it's appealing to me if that is like a premise. Like there was I remember I was looking at Margaret Qualley's filmography not too long ago, and someone Jay on Red Letter Media
Oh,
had
it's
talked about this one movie.
Sanctuary.
I think so, yeah.
Oh
And he
my
was
god,
talking about
it's
that
great.
movie,
It's great. You
and
should watch it.
yes, I know. I'm going to tell you like how I wanted to watch that movie because that's the premise of it. Is they're just in this hotel room talking back and forth, and like I'm saying, like I'm making my point to say that I've seen enough examples of that it's appealing to me if that's the premise. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I gave that one 5 stars.
Cool. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really fun. When I watched it, I was like, "Can I rip this off?"
Yeah, and I think I can't remember if this is something you put on your list or not, man, because I know we were kind of going back and forth about me explaining whether or not you would like that movie Across the Hall. But that there's a lot of that in that movie too, of them
Hmm.
talking back and forth. It's not just one setting, but it's almost like a movie that you could make a stage play with just a couple of different sets, like all within this hotel, So it does have that element to it. It's not wonderfully executed, but it's like good enough, It's good enough.
All right. Well, we'll see. Maybe I've already got like 30,000 things on the list.
Honestly, dude, honestly, bro, I might have a DVD of it. I can probably just send it to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been going long enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I went on a little longer, bro.
It's okay. It's all right. I don't mind. It's not going to kill me to keep standing. Um, soon, hopefully by next time we record one of these, I'll be able to sit
Yeah.
down and do it.
Well, the great thing is, bro, is now that we figured out the technical issues, we don't have to worry. Obviously, we had a little 30-minute, back and forth trying to figure it out, but in the future, we can just jump into it.
Yeah, in the future, but also in the past.
I
Oh wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was something we joked about on Kino. I don't know if you're at that episode yet.
probably not. No.
Oh no, it was a joke about David Lynch, like in the future, but also in the past.
Yeah, I don't think I heard that one yet, but it's all good. I'll hear it eventually.
Yeah, you will. All right, Drew. It was fun.
All right, man.